Melody. Welcome back to AM Northwest. Well, it's a delicious way to start your day or a tasty treat in the afternoon. Here to share her take on Starbucks Iced Lemon Loaf, we welcome the author of the Everything Restaurant Copycat Recipes Cookbook, Kelly Jaggers. Good to have you with us, Kelly.
It's a pleasure to be with you today.
This is such a fun cookbook. Talk to me about the recipes, because it looks like you went to all our favorite restaurants and found people's favorite items on their menu and replicated them.
I did. So I spent a lot of time researching popular restaurants and popular items on the menu. I got to go do a lot of taste testing, which was super fun. And I mean, like, who doesn't love to go out to eat, right?
Right.
But the idea behind the book is that, going out to eat is very expensive. And in this economy, our dollar just doesn't go as far as it used to. So with this book, you can enjoy all of your favorite restaurant recipes at home for a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, and some of our most delicious recipes. Let's start with the Starbucks lemon loaf, because everybody loves that lemon loaf. And our producer, Leslie, I have to say, made it from your recipe, and it looks fabulous. There was another loaf, she said, but her husband ate it, so there's that. We just have the one.
I'm not disappointed to hear that it was popular, but it's so easy to put together because it uses a method of baking called the muffin method. You basically mix all of your dry ingredients in one bowl, all of your wet in another, combine them and bake them. So it's very easy to do. So in this big bowl right here, I have sugar and lemon zest that I rub together with my fingers. That releases all the lemon oil and gives the cake a nice lemony taste all throughout. Then there's all-purpose flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. And to that, we're going to add the wet ingredients. So in this jug, I have eggs and vanilla. To that, I'm going to be mixing buttermilk and vegetable oil. And then I'm also going to be adding in 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice.
Oh.
And this is going to add to that nice lemony taste and also help give the cake a nice big rise.
How do you figure out what the recipe entails? Like, once you taste something, are your taste buds that good that you can figure out what it needs?
So I've been developing recipes for 15 years. So for me, it's pretty easy to go in and test and see, what makes a recipe tick. And with baked goods, especially, my pastry education really helps with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we have added the wet ingredients to the dry. And the secret to these kinds of cakes is not to overmix.
Oh.
So you want a few small lumps. Big lumps aren't great, but small lumps are totally fine. It's kind of like a pancake batter. So you just want to give it a quick mix. Just get all those dry ingredients incorporated into the wet. And then you're going to put this into a 9 by 5 inch greased loaf pan. And you're going to bake it for 350 degrees for about 50 to 60 minutes until the edges start to pull away from the sides of the pan. And when you touch the top of the cake, it springs back in the center.
Okay. And then,
so get all that batter in there. There we go.
Do you have friends? Do you have friends taste test for you?
Oh, yes. I have friends, my husband's coworkers and neighbors. I'm very popular during recipe testing time. People love to come over to the house. And
I bet
I tell everybody, when I'm making these cookbooks, I never have a dull dinner.
And everybody wants to be your neighbor.
I mean, I don't mind. I like to be popular.
So how do you do the ice top frosting that Leslie has made here from your recipe?
So in a small bowl, you're just going to mix convectioner sugar, a little bit of melted butter, a little bit of lemon juice, and some heavy cream. That's going to give you a nice thick glaze. As you can see, this glaze is very, very thick.
Yeah.
Which is what you want. It's going to run a little bit, but for the most part, you want it to kind of glaze the top of the cake, be nice and thick. But then you're going to let gravity do its job, and you're going to let it drip down the sides too, because I like a little bit of a drippy loaf cake. I think it looks really pretty when it drips down the sides. But that's it. You're just going to let this glaze set for about an hour if you can wait. I often can't, and I'll just go ahead and dig in right away.
Right.
If it's my house, it doesn't matter. I can do what I want.
I'm having a hard time holding off on this, tasting this. So, but tell me about some of your other favorite recipes in the cookbook.
Sure. So if you've been to Cracker Barrel, they have amazing macaroni and cheese. I'm a Southern girl, so mac and cheese is basically part of my DNA. So recreating that Cracker Barrel mac and cheese was a no-brainer. And then I'm also a big breakfast girly. So IHOP pancakes, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits from McDonald's, the little sausage burritos from McDonald's. Those were things that I really enjoyed getting to create in the kitchen.
Wow. Okay.
That's Be honest. Let me know what you think.
It's wonderful. And this is
Thank
my
you.
piece that I'm taking. It's so good. And it's moist and it's super lemony.
That's right. You really want to taste that lemon. And part of the reason it tastes so lemony is rubbing that lemon zest into the sugar. Again, it really releases all that lemon oil, which gives you a nice deep lemon flavor.
Wow, how incredible. The book, again, I said, it's really fun. And you make it easy, too. You make the recipes easy for those of us who have a little trouble with difficult ones. This is really good. We want to tell everyone the book, again, is titled The Everything Restaurant Copycat Recipes Cookbook. Kelly Jaggers, thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You bet. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.